Welcome everybody, this is Ben Pearson, the Roadster Tracker. We're continuing our run of Freelancer. We just left Willard Research Station. Here, we'll pull up the map here, where we completed our previous mission, and we're on just a couple of little side missions trying to see what kind of trouble we can stir up. And I'm hoping this is working well. I've done a couple of small things that should improve the quality of the video. This is slightly brighter than it has been in the past. So we'll see. Hopefully everything works out all right. As I think I mentioned before, this is a very difficult game to get streaming, so hopefully everything will be well. I've also tweaked the audio levels a little bit. The music's a little softer, and yeah. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at this. This is gorgeous. I love the planets in the background, the nice little ring around the star that we're heading towards. No idea how close we'll actually get to this, but we'll see. We shall see.
This is where you die. Enemy ships in range. We're painting them so you can ID them easily.
I probably would have an advantage because these ships would show up very nicely.
Weapons are ready. I see my target.
On the against the background of the star. Of course, I would probably be fairly bright too. It's hard to say. It's an interesting combat position. Let's see here. Tractor beam is failing because I have too much stuff. I'll have to look and see what is actually missing. Interesting.
I picked my target. Closing in.
Interesting.
I have enemy target in my sights.
There we go. Come on. Come to Papa. Still getting tractor beam failing, but we'll figure out what that's about soon. Ah, must be cargo. Foils.
Good work, but you're not finished. You've
Okay,
got more
what?
enemies at the next waypoint.
Oh, javelin missiles? Okay, that's not that big of a deal. Let me just check something that doesn't have... Okay, let's start heading towards the next waypoint.
Go to.
Okay, good. Definitely see that things are a little bit brighter. They might be too bright, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Whee. Come on. I'll have to sell some of the missiles that I must have huge stockpiles of. I hate to do that, but this is definitely a decent sized fleet here. But they're not very strong fighters for sure. Let's just weave a little bit.
you could use the help.
I am full up on batteries and nanobots and all kinds of stuff. Fun. Still failing tractor beam. That's okay. It's nice to be fully stocked up with these easy guys. Okay, what am I missing?
You did it. The area is clear.
Yeah,
Well
just a
done.
bunch of
Mission
little things.
Commission
Okay,
signing
that's
off.
fine. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Always nice when you profit from a mission. Okay, we're gonna go to New York.
Dock.
Hey, let me hit the dock button. Cool. Fantastic. California miner, okay. Not that big of a deal, but that's alright. News and space exploration. We had the landing, the successful landing, in the proper number of pieces of the InSight lander on Mars. So InSight is kind of a neat little probe that's designed to explore the inside of Mars in some of the ways we do that on Earth.
Object reached.
Big way that we do that on Earth is using earthquakes. So you can
Object
get a sense of what the inside of the planet's like based off of the earthquakes and how long the waves take to travel. It's by that we know that the Earth has a solid center core of iron, that it has a liquid part of the core that's surrounding it, and the mantle is liquid too, because we can understand what the properties are of the waves depending on if they're transmitting through a solid or a liquid. So we should be able to get a lot better sense of the inside of Mars by being able to study this. Now, we've had instrumentation that could kind of do this before, but it was on the deck of a spacecraft that was doing other things, and it's really hard to know for sure if we had any data. So
object
the way they're going to do it differently is they are going to actually put something directly on the surface of the planet to minimize any kind of noise that's coming. And they're also going to put a windshield over it, so that way hopefully the wind will not interfere with things, and they should be able to get a pretty decent sense of how it is, which should be pretty cool. They're also going to take a probe that can hammer its way down into the surface of Mars up to 5 meters, so what's that, like 18 feet? 16, 17 feet, something like that. And it can probe the temperature at several different intervals.
object
And using that information, they can get a good sense as to what the thermal properties are like if there's heat coming from inside of Mars. So, it should be pretty neat.
You don't mind if I scan you for a little contraband, do you? There's nothing here I want.
We'll see how this all goes, but it should be a pretty neat little mission, and hopefully we'll learn a lot about Mars. It's the first time we've had a landing on Mars since the Curiosity rover landed about 6 years ago. So it's been a little while. It's been a little while. Okay, now let's take a look at the New York system. Where am I? I wanted to do some exploring here. Just for the fun of it, let's go like right here. We'll see what kind of stuff we can find out here
dock
in the Badlands. There's supposed to be some interesting things out there, and we'll see if we find anything. then after that, we'll go to Texas.
Objective.
Star is not nearly as striking here, but it's a long ways away too, I guess.
Trade lane.
So
Obstructed.
other things that Insight can do is it can also tell better if there's any flexing in the surface of the planet. So it's going to be able to use Doppler to get a really careful sense of how it's shaped. It should be pretty neat if it can pull off. And I'm not speaking very well because I'm fighting, but that's alright. So other fun news. Man, I gotta sell some of this junk. Okay.
This is Navy Biota 5 to
Oh, come
Freelancer
on.
Alpha 1-1. You don't mind if I scan you for a little contraband, do you?
02.
There's nothing here I want.
Dock.
Let's get... Okay, that's better. So, NASA announced a couple of missions that... They actually announced something like 7 partners that are going to land small payloads on the surface of the moon. It's expected the first ones will be rather small. It's 2 people who are conspicuously absent. SpaceX was definitely not on there, and I believe that neither was
Dock.
Blue Origin, both of whom I would think deserved a role.
Understood. Your request to dock is granted.
So we'll see. We're gonna sell just some basic stuff here, and mostly batteries and stuff like that.
What is your destination?
We're on a patrol mission from West Point Academy. We're going to West Point Academy. We finished our patrol.
Going to West Point Academy after they finish their patrols, huh? Okay, so let's go ahead and repair. You know what? Before we do that, let's sell stuff. Because I think I have... Yeah, I don't care about that. Or this. Now, we're going to sell just, like, a couple of these. So we can pick some up. Can make a decent profit by doing that, actually. An extra thruster that we don't need. Now, javelin missiles, we couldn't pick any of these up, so let's sell half of what we've got, because we're not even using them now. Why not? Yeah, I like my weapon selection. And as I kind of suspected, we're not going to have much to do. We'll go to Texas. Actually, we're not going to Texas yet, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get out of here. So they had Lockheed Martin, which is a huge partner
You are cleared for launch.
that has never done any of this kind of stuff before, but most of them were very small companies. I think a lot of them were the Google X Prize
Dock.
dropout companies that started to build a lot of the technology to get to the moon, but didn't.
This is West Point Academy. Liberty Heavy Fighter Patrol. Submit your designation. This is Navy Theta 17. Submitting now.
Objective.
Received your
reached.
transmission. Need to
But it is kind of exciting that we'll be having landers on the moon again. There's only been one Chinese lander on the moon in a long, long time. So it'll be nice to have payloads heading back there for once. Some of the Google X Prize companies will still hopefully make it there, but we'll see. Oh no! We have... Okay, we got one. Whoa. Not in any real danger, but... Man, there's definitely some... Definitely a couple of pirates here to worry about. Now, Badlands, this looks like it's might be mineable. So I'm pushing the wrong button there. Okay. Let's see here.
This is Navy Omicron 0 to Freelancer Alpha 1-1. I have orders to scan your hold. You pass muster. Everything's in order.
Gee, you think my oxygen is a concern? Jeez. Silly people. Silly, silly people. Maybe I'll do a video on all of these partners and talk about... So there was 9 of them, which is quite a lot. It's far, far more than they did with the commercial prize. The commercial companies had many fewer, although I didn't see if they're actually going to get any money, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, there was no Blue Origin either, which is kind of curious. Blue Origin and SpaceX are the 2 companies that are really working on significant landers. Okay, now we're out very much in the middle of nowhere. Let's just blast a few rocks for the fun of it. I don't know if this is going to give me anything, but it's kind of fun. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It looks like it's just going to get me some pirate visits. They just want to know what I'm doing out here in the middle of nowhere, their territory. And I don't really blame them. I'm glad to see that something came out of the Google X Prize. We, of course, know that nobody actually was successful. The Google X Prize was a $30 million prize to make a rover that could land on the surface of the moon. So it failed because nobody did it in the amount of time. So Google didn't really have to cough up the $30 million like they would have. But there's still a number of companies that are trying to do it. There was, I think, a half dozen that made the minimum deadlines, and there's, I think, 3 that have a mission booked. They just couldn't do it in time, though. It expired at the end of, I think, March. It's too bad one of them didn't go on the Falcon Heavy. That would have been a pretty neat idea. And being an experimental mission, they probably could have done it for quite cheap. But I'm sure they must have considered that. I don't know why they wouldn't have, but... Oh well, whatever. Maybe Falcon Heavy wasn't the one, although I know that several of them were considering using the Falcon 1 back, which was the first rocket that SpaceX did, of course. Haha, I blew it up with my laser beams. Okay, well, I'm not seeing a whole lot that's out here. Let's head to Texas. We'll see if we spot anything on our way.
Dock denied.
Whoops.
Destination is too far. Go to
Don't know that we will, but it's worth a shot. Man, this looks dark. But this is the Badland after all. It's supposed to be dark. Okay, so what other fun things? I'm really curious what Lockheed Martin's role. I didn't hear they were been publicly talking about their landers, and I'm really curious to see what kinds of things they actually get. It kind of sounds to me like it's just guaranteed missions that they're not even going to receive any real money, which is kind of interesting. And presumably one of them would be their partner. Now, SpaceX and Blue Origins are both planning on having very large vehicles, and both of them will probably play a part in any commercial landing to some extent. They'll probably carry the payloads to the moon, quite frankly, on one of their rockets. Or it could come through the form of the ULA Acer mission, but you never know. Oh, we're kind of close to a trade lane. Interesting. It did not opt to go that way, though, so this is fine. Probably could have saved a little time, though. Let's go to dock mode now that we're close enough. Get out of the Badlands a little bit. Go see the Badlands of Texas. No, Badlands are North Dakota, not Texas. Never mind. Game news, Stellaris came out with a new edition that if I were in the partner program, I could be streaming that now, and I considered doing that. But I haven't really practiced Stellaris very much. I've just been learning how to play it right now, actually. I have my first real Empire that's somewhat successful. The very first attempt I did failed absolutely miserably. But until I can take the game a little further, I'm not going to try out, especially with all of the DLCs and all that craziness. But we'll see. I will get Stellaris, and we'll see. I should probably play the base game before I go and ask them for all the expansions, and they'll probably give it to me. But yeah, Norfolk, I think, was one of the spots that had some good stuff. Good sale prices, so let's go ahead and sell our cargo here.
Acknowledged. Please stand by. We're full at the moment. You will be cleared to proceed when it's free.
What other fun things are going on? Osiris Rex is approaching its target of Vanu and should only be there in a couple days. I think it might only be 2 or 3. I should check my website because it has that information, but yeah, okay. I did update the Insight page to do some tracking of the Marco CubeSats, and you can now see how far away they are from Mars and what their trajectory looks like, at least for the first month. Yeah, I think most of this is weapons, so let's go ahead and dump some of the... Yep. The trail's kind of interesting, but I'm actually pretty happy with my payload.
repair complete.
Good. And let's go sell you guys some parts. It's a very good price for food rations, a very good price for that. As good of a price as anywhere for oxygen. Pretty good for scrap. And I'll sell water too. Why not clear out the cargo bay entirely? I've advanced to level 7 already, huh? That probably means that Junie's gonna talk to me some more. That was really quick.
This is Junie. Something's going on. I need your help. Meet me on Manhattan.
I really want to get a new ship before we talk to her, or at least look at some. You know, just go some window shopping. Yeah.
Hey, don't fall asleep
We'll
on me.
peek into Texas, I think, and depends on how far away anything interesting is. I think if there was actually jump gates, then the bigger population centers might be closer to these jump gates. You would think, because they would be trade hubs. But maybe not, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Objective reached. Dock.
Hopefully these guys just ignore me. Apparently not that much, though. H. Oh yeah, just getting a little bit of scatter shot. Okay. Ooh, that turned right. Let's see here. We'll blow up these outcasts. We'll help the... And... Okay. Now, let's check out the Texas system. Very small system. Interesting. Okay. Well,
Dock.
we'll go say hi to Houston, I guess, and this is probably all we'll do. See if they have any ships for us there. And then we'll start going and finding Junie.
Objective reached.
Clear all waypoints. I think that will point us back. Oh, there's several planets here. Interesting. Most of which I assume don't have any kind of civilization on them, but it's hard to say. Huh. Interesting.
Trade lane disrupted.
So another big thing that is coming up is the New Horizons mission is approaching Kuiper Belt object for its close pass. So this is a really good year for small solar system objects. And my finger is totally off. There we go. There's that tractor beam key.
I've got a visual on a
Fine.
hostile target. Line up.
You want to run away from me? Then that's fine. I'll go take out your friend.
I have enemy target in my sights.
Man, my fingers just don't seem to want to work. Oh, that's alright. So the Insight, or the New Horizons mission, will pass about 2,000 kilometers roughly from a smallish Kuiper Belt object, which should be pretty neat. It'll be the furthest time that we have set up a target, and it's also the very first time in history that an object will have been visited that was not even discovered when the original spacecraft was launched, so it's kind of neat. So we'll see how that goes. But okay. That's gonna take me to Junie, and we're not... Wait. That's the opposite way. We want to head towards Houston. want to head pretty much the opposite of the waypoint. So there's the waypoint. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Dock denied. Destination is too far.
Really?
Go to.
Man, they really did a botched job of hitting me at the worst possible. Oh, there's. There we go. I was clicking on the one that was further away. That's interesting. Well, let's go see what Houston has to offer. Wave hi to the Space Center there, where all of the manned missions are controlled from. So what do we have? We have a battleship here. Okay.
Dock.
Let's go land on the battleship and see what they want, and then we'll go see what they have to offer on Houston. So there's a planet this way.
Check. Your request to dock is granted. Please proceed to dock 1.
Does it show where the planets are on the map?
Incoming support craft raiders.
No,
This
it
is
doesn't.
Battleship Mississippi. We see you on our scope. Please.
This is Liberty Police, Epsilon 8, Jackers, Iota 8-3. Mind if I take a peek in your hold? Didn't think so.
I love this. You coming here on a military ship as a civilian, and they just open their doors to you widely. Oh, you can even buy a ship. Good. Not a fantastic price for oxygen. It's pretty expensive. Toxic waste. Wow. And the water price is pretty good too. Okay, let's see what kind of ships they have to offer. You have a heavy fighter. Ooh. Do I have money for it? I think I do. And it has another weapon hold. And a turret. Torpedo disruptor. Yes, please.
Ship purchase complete.
I didn't even bother to check out the other info, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and land on Houston. Ooh. This is a powerful looking ship.
All right. You're gonna get one chance.
This is Navy Iota 15 bounty hunters, hold 11-4. You don't mind if I scan you for a little contraband, do you?
This is Liberty Police, Epsilon 16.
Why on earth
Jokers, Omicron 7
would you
I'm commencing a scan on your cargo bay for contraband.
want my oxygen that badly?
Didn't find anything. You've
But-
just signed your own death warrant.
Yeah, I'll land before I get any real damage, so. And then they'll just be in attack of a freaking warship. That's a real smart thing to do, guys. Okay, Houston. Oh, nice. It has a little light at the front. That's nice. And I love how the engines are firing from the back, which is not going to be helpful at all. Okay. I'll have to get a few more weapons too. Respectable looking commodity dealer. Okay, oxygen's cheap. Cobalt, that's a good price. Consumer goods are cheap. We're gonna pick some of these up. We'll sell them. Well, let's see what's green here. So copper, one of the higher prices, but not the highest. Fertilizers are also pretty cheap, but light arms. It says it's green, but it's still one of the more expensive places. Pharmaceuticals, same. Yeah, we're gonna pick up some goods. I'm not gonna fill up, but this should be enough. Okay, excellent. Let's see if they have any fun weapons too while we're at it. So we can do class 4 now. We're moving up in the world. Yeah.
Mounted.
And a turret class. Sure, we'll take one of these two.
Mounted.
Okay. Nice. Now this feels like a proper warship here. So now we'll go help Junie out. We'll see what she wants.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1.
Alright, you're gonna get one chance. Drop it.
You've got nothing here I'm looking for.
Dock.
I don't know what you think you guys are gonna accomplish, Junkers, but I'm not dropping my goods.
Have it your way.
Yeah, I got shields. Good luck, guys.
Target in range. Locking in on enemy.
There we go. That's what shields are for. Perfect. Yeah, those consumer goods are decently priced too, so hopefully we'll sell them and make a decent profit. It'll be what, 400 or something? Not huge. Missions are better, but still, it's something. How big is my cargo hold in the ship? Oops, let's go this one. Let's not do this when we can be shot. We'll shoot these guys first and then we'll look at our inventory. Whoops. Yeah, this thing has got some power. This thing definitely has some power.
Shield failed. Shield restored.
This should be a warship for sure. You want to have some kind of defense here. Come on. This is like the basic border crossing. You'd think you'd have nice, strong defenses here.
Shield failed. Shield restored. Shield failed. Shield failed.
Man, these guys are way tougher than they should be. Let's just do a little bit of...
Shield failed. Gun lost. Shield restored.
One of my guns is broken, dang it.
Shield failed. Gun lost. Shield restored. Shield failed.
Apparently they've decided that I'm more powerful now. So they're shooting more powerful enemies at me.
Shield restored.
I've got a bandit in my sights.
Okay, good. I think we got these, but man, our weapon power is so much less now. Way, way lower.
Shield failed.
Target, lining him up.
Shield restored. Shield failed.
Come on.
Shield restored.
There we go. Okay. Well, that was rough.
Dock.
That was like our entire budget for... Ah. Lovely. So we can make some money, but we're going to have to put it all in just the shields, probably. 10, 20, 400. Yeah. It's going to cost us roughly 400 to re-equip our ship. So...
Acknowledged.
Shield failed. Shield restored. Shield failed.
You know, I wonder if I was just standing still. Maybe that was my problem.
Shield restored. Shield failed. All breach imminent.
Ah, lovely.
Target locked. Engaging Freelancer Alpha 1.
Dock.
Well, let's just get our way out of here. We're having too much trouble with these guys.
Company.
Come on, anytime.
Shield failed.
Shield failed in that short of a period of time. This new ship is not doing as well as I would have hoped. Huh. I wonder if it's slower or something. It must be. Well, nobody's gonna mess with this at Norfolk. You just don't do that.
Dock.
We'll go ahead and stop here. Restock up.
Acknowledged. Your request to dock is granted. Please proceed to dock 1.
System. We're moving pharmaceuticals to Planet Manhattan.
This is Norfolk Shipyard to Light Fighter Patrol. Transmit your ID code and designation.
We'll skip here.
Repair
Yeah,
complete.
definitely get fully repaired. Now, what about our weapons? Yeah, we lost 2 of our weapons. Wow.
Mounted. Mounted.
Okay. This is decent. And that's... Knowing Junie... Well, we'll get mostly full. We'll just buy 10.
Loaded into cargo hold.
And we'll buy there.
Loaded into cargo hold.
Huh, interesting. You can't have as many. Okay. Let's see if we picked up anything that they'll sell for a good price here. Food rations. This is a good price. Yes. 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 And... not really. Consumer goods, I will do better once we actually make it all the way to Manhattan. Okay.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is Norfolk Shipyard. Everything's go for launch. Good journey.
Didn't think so. There's nothing here I want.
Go
This is
to
Liberty Police Theta 3 to Bounty Hunters. Red 12-3. Stand by. I'm scanning your cargo bay. You've got nothing here I'm looking for.
This is some crazy scanner tech that they have, I gotta say. I think I'll do a couple more missions. I do want to get out of Liberty Space, which I think we're pretty close. But I don't think I'm going to go all the way through this. I probably would if there was more interest in it, but quite frankly, there just doesn't seem to be. We'll see, though. We'll see. You know, if you want me to keep going, then please, by all means, let me know.
Incoming Liberty Fighter convoy.
Dock.
The next game will probably be Spore.
Identify yourself.
And then Stellaris. Spore, I just do a couple of streams of, go through till the space age and do a little bit of exploring space there. And then we'll go see what Stellaris is like, how that works. I'm excited. That is really some of my favorite types of games. I love strategy games, I love space games. You put the two together and it's fantastic. I'll also probably play Alpha Centauri at some point in time, which is another older game too, but a good one. Man, never realized just how big this is. The area between the trade gates is almost 6 kilometers. Everywhere else it's like 2. So this is really, really a very large system.
Acknowledged. Your request to land is granted. Proceed to land.
This is Liberty Police, Sigma 14, sending the data now. We've received your transmission, Liberty Police, Sigma 14. What is your destination?
And if you were watching this at some future date and you want me to try playing it again, then let me know and I'll can dig you this up. I'm going to continue to be able to do this. This game is just a real pain to get streamed just right, so
Junie, what's going on?
Over here.
happy to have anything.
Nothing. Something. I don't know yet.
What do you mean?
Jeannie's
Ashcroft's
confused.
missing. He was on a Liberty Dreadnought in a maximum security cell surrounded by armed guards. Trent, you don't escape from that. After our last assignment, I had a few more questions for him about his Rhineland connection. When I got there, he was gone.
Who would transfer him without telling
He
you?
wasn't transferred. Every record of him being arrested was wiped clean. Even the guards were changed. They say they never even heard of Sean Ashcroft.
What do you think's going on?
I don't know, but there's more. Walker. He's gone too.
Walker's gone, but he's the captain of a naval cruiser. Ship captains just don't go missing without someone noticing.
Neither do their ships. It's listed as lost 5 years ago.
5 years ago? That's impossible.
People around us are disappearing, Trent.
Well, we're here. What's our move?
We have to find out what's going on. The last place Walker's ship was stationed was California. Somebody must have seen him. That's where we'll start. Are you with me?
Huh. Sure. We'll help you out, Junie.
When do we leave?
In a few minutes.
You helped us out of a
I
big
need
pinch,
to finish up
so
some business inside first.
Watch yourself.
Keep an eye on our ships, all right?
Mr. Trent, it's very important that you and I speak.
And why is
oh,
that?
this guy.
Because we're the last two.
Last two what?
Freeport 7 survivors, Mr. Trent. You and I are the last ones in Liberty. Everyone else is either dead or missing.
Wait, I know you. From the rescue ship. What happened out there?
They were looking for something. I'm a thief, Mr. Trent. I came to Freeport 7 to deliver something that a certain party wanted very badly. Apparently they weren't alone.
You're telling me this is all because of you?
It's not really about me, Mr. Trent. It's about this. This is what
Ooh,
they're
the
after.
egg.
And now they're after us. We need to get as far away from here as possible. Hold it right there. Get your hands
Whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa. I can explain.
I have my orders. All artifact smugglers are considered enemies of the state and are to be shot on sight.
Freeze, soldier! I am an agent with the Liberty Security Force. This man is a freelancer who is working with me on
I
assignment.
found him dealing in illegal artifacts.
Then arrest him.
What?
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Soldier, you are bound by Liberty Code to uphold the law. You don't have a choice. If he's a suspect, take him into custody. The law protects him and ensures a fair trial.
Not anymore.
Whoa. What is going on here? Junie. She shot an officer.
He was gonna kill me.
What do you mean, arrest him?
He was gonna kill us both. Who is that?
I don't know, but he had the right idea. Liberty isn't safe for us right now. We've got to leave.
Trent, no. What about Walker?
We won't be any good to Walker if we're dead. Do you see this man? I don't think he's alone. Junie, we need to stick together and we need some time and distance to sort this out.
I know a place. Follow me.
Okay. So now we're an artifact dealer. Hey, wait, wasn't that my ship? Okay, well, we should be able to at least sell our goods here. No reason, you know, some guy's looking out for us. We gotta make a profit, right? Come all this way. Yeah, not surprisingly, water is even cheaper on the surface of a planet where they have tons of it. I don't even know where we're going, so we're just gonna leave. Bye-bye. I have a feeling we're not coming back here for a while.
What's the plan? First to Fort Bush, and then from there to the Badlands. If they find the bodies on the landing pad, the Navy will lock down all trade lanes. We have to hurry.
This is the Liberty Navy. Cut your engines and prepare to be taken into custody.
I don't think we're gonna fight the Navy. Let's just try to bypass them.
Damn, they've blocked the Fort Bush trade lane? Come on, we've got to get out of here now.
Dock.
We have to get to West Point. It's the only way out. The Unity's blocking the entrance. We're surrounded. Trent, I don't think we can get out of this.
Dock denied.
I have enemy contact in my sights.
Huh.
I'm picking up additional hostiles coming in from Manhattan. There's just too many of them. I'm sorry.
Junie, this is King. Proceed to West Point.
Switch into webs.
King!
Walker here. We'll take care of the battleship. All hands, fire at will. I repeat, all hands, fire at will.
Go to.
Take this as hot as we can.
This is the battleship unit. We're under attack and taking heavy casualties. In need of immediate assistance. All available units, please approach Manhattan. 0101. Please approach.
We'll take out the battleship.
All hands abandon ship. This is a general order.
Oh man. We just took out a freaking battleship.
Missile.
I've got bogey under fire.
Shield failure. Shield.
This is Lambda 1 to all fighter groups. Move to intercept remaining fighters. Over.
The trade lane is clear. Junie, Trent, get out of here. King, go with them.
What about you?
I'll be fine. Now go.
Dock.
Let's go. Man, this is crazy. We're fighting the Navy.
This is gonna get rough. West Point will be alerted that we're coming. What's the plan?
We have to get to the Badlands. There's a place where we can hide.
Understood. Lambda 4 and Lambda 5 take flanking positions. We're heading straight for the old trade lane to Ithaca Station.
Ithaca Station. I bet you that's
Hostile
where we're
fighters
heading.
detected. They're closing fast.
Here they come. Several wings of Navy fighters.
We'll provide you cover.
Understood. Quickly, Trent. We've got to get to the Badlands. You take point.
Lambda 4 is down. Quick! Lambda 5 has been destroyed. We have to get out of here now!
Ooh, I can even fire my turret back behind me. Holy bully.
We made it.
Bye.
The Badlands will shield us from their scanners. I don't think the Navy will follow us in here.
Damn it. That was close. I
This
think
was
we
very,
managed to
very
shake
close.
Thanks for getting us out of there. It started to look grim.
Thank Walker. When he told me that Trent's name showed up on the Navy's most wanted list, I knew you were in trouble.
What?
He's wanted for murder, artifact smuggling, treason, and the destruction of Freeport 7. Quite an impressive list, actually. Look, I have to rendezvous with Walker near Detroit. Stay low for a while. I'll be in touch.
Trent, I've uploaded new coordinates. You're gonna meet a friend of mine. Take point.
Dock denied. Go to.
Go see what this waypoint is all about. A little bit of laser beam never hurt anybody. Okay, what do we got here?
Approaching ships. This is a restricted area. Turn around at once.
Dr. Van Pelt, this is Junko. Junko Zane.
Junie, is this you? I've heard the news about
Benford
you on the secure
Station.
channel. What is going on?
Too long to explain. We need a place to hide.
You are cleared to dock. I'll meet you on the deck.
What on earth is that? Is that a jump point?
Dock.
Okay. Benford Station. Oh, this is ominous. I really have a feeling we're not coming back here anytime soon.
Junie, oh, I'm glad you made it. The secure channel is buzzing with reports about you.
This is Trent.
Van Pelt's my name, young man. Welcome.
We just need to lay low for a while.
Well, you've come to the right place. The only visitor I get is a supply ship once a month.
If you don't mind my asking, what are you doing this far out?
Studying the anomalies in the Badlands. This station you see around you was part of a grand experiment to fuel Liberty's waning resources. That was long before the Gas Mining Guild, of course.
I never heard about that.
Nor would you. There was an accident here. Liberty doesn't like to publicize its failures. It was abandoned. Except for me, of course.
You're here all alone?
Except for the machines. I like it that way.
Poor guy.
To all Liberty bounty hunters and peacekeeping forces, be advised there is a bounty for 2 suspects wanted for questioning. Sending identity data now. They're armed and extremely dangerous. End transmission.
Junie, what is all this about?
I think it has something to do with this.
I see. Clearly an artifact. But I've never seen anything like it.
Freeport 7 was destroyed for it. The man who had it was killed in front of me. We were almost next.
Well, it's very ancient. It's rarefied. Cadmium crystal setting. Still active. You might try Quintain.
What, Doctor?
Not what, dear. Who? Professor Roland Quintain of Cambridge. I can't help you with this, but he might. He's a respected xenoarchaeologist.
I don't understand. Help us what?
Why, identify it.
I don't want to identify it. I want to get rid of it.
We can't get rid of it now. There's a reason all this is happening, and we're in the middle of it. At least if we keep it, we have a bargaining chip.
Man, how did a poor lonely
I'm
freelancer
afraid
get
your young man is
stuck
right, my
here?
dear.
Oh, this is just great.
Don't worry. You'll both be safe in Britonium. Now, how to get you there?
Liberty ships approaching.
Long-range scan shows a Liberty patrol. They must have followed you somehow. They never come out this far.
So much for laying low.
I'm setting the automatic defense systems to cover you. Take the back way.
What back way?
One of the things that was left behind here was a jump gate to Magellan. No one has used it since the disaster, but it still works. It's deep in the Badlands. I'm loading up the coordinates for you now.
Ooh, a secret
about
jump
you?
hole.
I'll be fine. Take care of yourself. Good luck, young man.
Thank you.
I don't know.
You must go. Now.
Come on.
It's not even very far away.
Junie, the patrol is getting closer. The interference from the anomaly will only hide you for so long. Quick, head into the Badlands. Unidentified craft, stay right where you are. You are in violation of Liberty Security Code and are subject to immediate termination. Liberty Patrol, this is Benford Station. These people are here under my authority. Negative, Benford. Target renegade ships on my signal.
Oh my god. Van Pelt!
Fire!
No! Come on, Trent, we gotta help him.
Junie, get clear. The defense system will hold them off.
We're not leaving you.
I guess that means we gotta stay. Dang. This is bad. Should have been more prepared.
I'm picking up more incoming ships. Oh my! 3 cruisers are closing fast.
Doctor, you gotta come with us. We're coming in to pick you up.
There's no time. They're almost on top of us. You've got the coordinates to the jump gate. Go!
Shield failed. Impact missile. Shield restored. Impact missile.
Junie, out of here! There's nothing you can do. Save yourselves. I will... Junie!
No! They'll pay for this.
Yeah, I think it was a lost cause, unfortunately. Poor guy. He died to save us.
Commander Zane, power down your engines and surrender now.
Alright, Trent, we have to get out of here. Head to the coordinates. Quickly.
They're making a run for it. All fighter wings, break formation and pursue.
We've got to make it to the jump gate.
Come on. Man, there's a lot of fighters all over the place. Huh. Well, we're losing them slowly.
According to Van Pelt's data, we should be close to the jump gate.
Here it is.
Thank God, it's still working. Let's go.
You think a research station's out in this area? Okay.
Goodbye, Liberty.
I remember that's something, but I can't remember what it is.
I've disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We
Oops.
have to keep moving.
Sorry, Junie. I didn't mean to target
The only
you.
station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
Freeport 4. Interesting.
Dock,
I remember that
dock,
something
denied.
interesting about that.
Destination is too far. Go
Huh.
to
Trent, we have to go faster.
Yeah. I'm working on it. So now we're outside of Liberty Space. We got the barrier, whatever this is. that is mineable.
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage.
Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life.
Trent, there's a bounty on our head. They'll never let us out of here alive. We have to fight.
Guess I should have cheated a little bit.
Target their engines. We need it intact.
Come on.
Bounty hunter ships, cease fire!
That didn't work. Yeah, we're definitely getting into the harder missions now, for sure.
I've disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We have to keep moving. The only station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
Go to.
Trent, we have to go faster.
Come on, Junie. Hold your horses. Takes a little time, silly.
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage.
Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life.
Trent, there's a bounty on our head. They'll never let us out of here alive. We have to fight.
Target their engines. We need it intact.
This is good so far. We need it intact, they say. It's not us intact, it's it. They're looking for the artifact, I guess.
Bounty hunter ships, cease fire! These two are under the protection of the lane hackers.
This is not good.
I've disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We have to keep moving. The only station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
Boy, do we need those repairs.
Dock denied. Destination is too far. Go to.
Wow. We'll see if we can blow up the bounty hunters as much as we can before they start firing at us. Because they don't seem to fire at us for some reason. Until...
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage.
Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life.
Trent, there's a bounty on our head. They'll never let us out of here alive. We have to fight.
Target their engines. We need it intact.
Bounty hunter ships, cease fire! These two are under the protection of the lane hackers.
Negative. Those two have a big bounty on their heads. Clear out. There's no bounty.
Okay. That one's looking good.
I've disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We have to keep moving. The only station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
Go to.
Trent, we have to go faster.
Yeah. Hold on.
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage.
Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life.
Trent, there's a bounty on our head. They'll never let us out of here alive. We have to fight.
Target their engines. We need it intact.
Lost.
Bounty hunter ships, cease fire. These two are under the protection of the lane hackers.
Negative. Those two have a big bounty on their heads. Clear out. There's no bounty for hackers.
You leave us no choice. All ships, open fire.
What the? Are you crazy? You'll pay for this.
Using my guns.
I picked my target.
Okay. I'm glad I got the better ship, but
I
man.
disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We have to keep moving. The only station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
See if Junie can manage to not be upset at me this time. This is not worth the 7,000 credits. Jeez.
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage. Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life. Trent, there's a bounty on our head. They'll never let us out of here alive. We have to fight. Target their engines. We need it intact.
Bounty hunter ships, cease fire. These two are under the protection of the lane hackers.
Negative. Those two have a big bounty on their heads. Clear out. There's no bounty for hackers.
You leave us no choice. All ships, open fire.
What the? Are you crazy? You'll pay for this.
Okay. One more attempt. Let's do this.
I've disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We have to keep moving. The only station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
Dock, denied. Destination is too far. Go to...
Why are we going so slow? Trent, give more power to the engines.
Man, Junie is so anxious to go nowhere.
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage. Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life. Trent, there's a bounty on our head. They'll never let us out of here alive. We have to fight. Target their engines. We need it intact.
See if we can get a little ways away. Come on. Okay.
Bounty hunter ships, cease fire. These two are under the protection of the lane hackers.
Negative. Those two have a big bounty on their heads. Clear out. There's no bounty for hackers.
You leave us no choice. All ships, open fire.
What the? Are you crazy? You'll pay for this.
Loss.
Tell you what. This isn't going to happen tonight. I'd have to redo a whole lot, the whole mission, and I'm just not feeling like it. So, I think we're going to call this good enough. I am definitely at the point where the game's getting a little bit more grindy. I really do like Freelancer, but the battles are not always my favorite thing, so we'll see. I'm gonna continue on those shortly, so we'll go on and try probably Spore. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. But thank you guys much for joining me. Let me know whatever questions or comments you guys have, and until next time, keep on tracking and take care.